that time for this live activation. Time to dive deep into the energy all around us so it can support us consciously, emotionally, spiritually, and allow us to go deeper and take our lives to the next level, energetically speaking, allowing all of the life around us to transform as we dive deep and explore the energy around us in new ways. So gather all your favorite tools and allow yourself to find a quiet space where you can fully engage and give your full attention to this experience. I'm your host, Sara Wong. It is my honor to be here with you tonight and channel this experience live. Let's dive in. Welcome to this powerful 2022 release activation, leveraging the energy of Gemini in this full moon of Gemini. And of course, I am your host, Sara Wong. It is so great to be with you today and really honor the energy that's here for us. We just had our Martian eclipse, and really, if you looked at the moon 2 hours ago, Mars would have appeared on the left side. And now with the Martian eclipse, Mars is on the right side of the moon. So that also shifts the energy from the left side of our energy fields to the right side of our energy fields. So from receiving energy, how we receive action, anger, emotions of stability from the collective, how we receive energy and how we navigate it, to now shifting into how we give energy, how we give our power, how we create stability, how we allow that energy to be a force for our energy fields in a whole new way. So it's a complete rebirth. And in that is an opportunity to release all the old energy that held you back, release all the energy this year that no longer serves you. So go ahead and grab a journal, some water, a candle, sacred item. Go ahead and also grab something that represents 2022 and something that represents 2023. Now, if you don't have those items, all you need to do is think about an energy that represents 2022 and an energy that represents 2023. If you have a item, even more powerful. So, for example, tonight I'm using essential oils. I have grapefruit here. This is grapefruit, and this is going to represent 2022 because I know I study the energies of each plant based on this technology I had at my store, Energy House, and it's called Itovi. And Itovi analyzes and measures the frequency of every essential oil. And in that, it connects it to the emotional energy of the plant and unlocks almost like a description of that emotional energy. So, for example, grapefruit is the energy of honoring the body. And the reason I picked this for 2022 is because I gave birth this year. I went through my postpartum, still growing through it. I, had to get not only my C-section done, but I had to get 2 other surgeries that were very invasive and really slowed me down and physically slowed me down. And that, required me to use my tools in a whole other way. Because usually my mind is what slows me down, never my body. But this year definitely had to honor my body and love it in a whole new way. And everything, rebirth in me. So honoring my new self, honoring my new essence. And so grapefruit is going to represent that. Now, grapefruit's connected to the solar plexus. So I'm going to apply some grapefruit on my belly to honor the energy of 2022 to activate it. So that's my item that represents 2022. And then for 2023, my oil is going to be Blue Lotus. Blue Lotus is connected to Cleopatra. She used it for psychic abilities, her clairvoyance. And I feel like, going into 2023, that is going to be an energy that really, really allows us to step into our spiritual connection in a whole new way and develop a deeper spiritual connection with ourselves. So this full moon in 2022 Let it be a time where you release anything blocking you from your higher self, your connection. So, those are my items. Go ahead and grab your items or select your energy for 2022, 2023. I'll give you a minute to do so. Put on some jams, and I'll be right back in 1 minute. So, go get your items, or if you have it, connect with your items now. All right. So I gave you about a minute to grab your items or select your energy, whatever feels good for you in this moment. Make it yours. Always make this yours. So, what we're about to do is move into a guided meditation because the full moon will be going direct pretty much right now. And in that, will allow us to experience the energy that can support us in releasing. So, with that, all you need to do is get in a comfortable position and set your intention to connect to this full moon energy in this now moment. It is now direct, so we're going to activate that energy. And if you're listening to the replay, call in that energy of the moon, of the essence of release, anything that's not serving you. Set your intention in this moment to just be open to releasing anything that isn't serving you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, or any old, outdated ways that no longer serve your space. At this time, you can light a candle and setting that intention to allow the flame to transmute anything blocking you from moving forward. Set the intention to the flame in this moment for you to transform into that next version with effortless ease through each and every day, through effortless, aligned actions that allow you to move into your goals each and every day. 2022 was a year of releasing a lot of attachments to our goals, essentially. Oh, you want this? Okay, well, first you're going to have to learn all these lessons and then you can have this, right? And then you kind of understand why things are delayed, divine timing, divine order. But sometimes when you're in that process, it's scary. It's unknown, it's all over the place. There's a lot of insecurities. So this year there's a lot of insecurities because everything's all over the place in the collective. And in that navigation, sometimes we forget that we are of value and we'll move to levels like shrinking our value or allowing things in our lives that, are maybe not necessarily serving us. And so, in this energy of this last month of December of 2022, a year we'll never experience again, a frequency of divine order, a frequency connected to the invisible realm, instant manifestation, working with our higher consciousness. And now we get to rewrite our energy. So, anything blocking us from allowing that full surrender of the unknown, knowing that whatever we desire, we're fully capable of having, and that is our inspiration of what we need to align ourselves to each day. So go ahead and get into your body. And what I mean by that is oftentimes when we walk through life, we put our energy everywhere. So when we get into body, we're calling our energy back. So that's by like moving our shoulders back, stretching up, stretching back, moving one arm to one side, one arm to the other side, rotating, rotating both arms, shoulders, just allowing yourself to fully get into body. Let go of anything you're doing before this. Let go of anything you have to do after this. Just breathe into your reality, breathe into your experience. And I want you to think of 2022. And if you want to close your eyes, you can. If you want to gaze into the flame, you can. If you want to just stay in your journal and write, you can. Do whatever feels right for you. But I want you to think of 2022, January 2022. This year felt really good going into it. This year felt expansive, definitely challenging, definitely brought unknowns. As you move through the months of the year, think about all the unknowns that came your way, or maybe your family's way, or friends' way, or job, the unexpected changes, the circumstances, the unknowns, health issues, having to work through scary times, having to just trust and have faith. Think about all the lessons of growth and choices and the choices you made that were a little bit different than before, the moves you made that were a little bit different than before. Think about all that energy that you had to navigate in 2022. Think of all the alignment. 2022 was not easy for many. So many lessons, so many challenges in the collective, individually, and yet we all navigated through it. We're all here releasing this heavy year, releasing those energies, the energies that slowed us down, the energies that required us to slow down. So I want you to feel all those energies around you now. And as you feel 2022 around you, whatever your sacred item is, I want you to imagine it moving into that energy. So for me, it's going to move into the energy of grapefruit, but I'm going to do it in the aromatherapy of it. So the smell of it is, I'm moving that energy into the smell of the grapefruit, the refreshing energy, the renewal energy, allowing that energy to be a support for me of release. So whatever your item is, whatever your energy is, put all the energy of 2022, all the baggage, the heavy energies that you carried the whole year that no longer need to go forward. And I want you to think of one energy that comes to mind right now. Just one. I'm sure there's many, but just one. It could be fear, doubt, scarcity, limitation, rejection. What is one energy that comes to mind? It could also be a person. But just think about one energy that comes to mind. And again, move that energy into that object you have for 2022. And go ahead and take your right hand and move it over the object for 2022. Again, if it's an energy, move it over. Pretend you have like an energy bubble of whatever energy you chose to represent 2022. So for me, I'm smelling the aroma of grapefruit and I put it in a bubble. I'm going to move all the energy into that bubble. I was just using my imagination, visualizing that energy moving out of my auric field into that bubble. Imagining the flame of my candle transmuting that energy, releasing 2022. Activating that full moon energy even stronger. It's like a beam of light comes down, and this one is from the 22nd dimension, the dimension of higher foundation, the dimension of allowing ourselves to move into our self mastery in fluid ways through divine order, divine structure, divine foundation, divine order. In that divine order allows us to move through life in fluid ways, not forceful, allowing us to be balanced, always having enough and always giving what we need to give, always receiving and always distributing. A balancing energy. So I want you to imagine you're moving up almost like a rope bridge. And as you move up that rope bridge, it connects to this moon portal. And it's a bright white light portal. And you're going to just move into it. And that bridge starts to become stable. And it starts to move into like almost like an escalator, those like sliding sidewalks. And it moves up, that escalator moves up all the way up into the moon, past the moon, over the moon, into the Gemini constellation, moving into these twin energies of our ego, our soul, balancing out our ego and our soul, allowing the ego and the soul to have a dance, a meeting of the minds. This energy is releasing these old expectations of the ego that dictated our value, our worth, our readiness, what we can receive, allowing our soul energy to move in, expanding our minds, inspiring us to illuminate and activate all the energy that we're ready to step into. And as those energies move into our atmosphere, our energetic field, I want you to imagine this energy being anchored into your item that represents 2023. So for me, it's the aroma energy of Blue Lotus, allowing myself to activate the energy of Blue Lotus, bringing in this divine wisdom, this divine order, this divine balance, allowing me to become fluid each and every day as I move forward, placing that energy, your object, whatever you've chosen tonight for this moment, allowing that inspiration to move into that object. Every time you connect to that energy or that object, you can reactivate this energy of divine order, divine balance, allowing your energies to evolve each and every day, allowing you to step into your divine power each and every day. So feel that energy move in. And I want you to imagine that white pillar of light that comes down from that 22nd dimension, brings in that fluid energy through the top of your head, down your face, down your neck, down your shoulders, down your waist, down your legs, down your knees, down your ankles, to every toe. And it brings in this divine wisdom. This energy is very light and fluid, almost like a soft milk bath, silky and replenishing, nurturing, giving you exactly what you need to really move into the energy you're ready to. Allowing yourself to forgive the energy of this year, forgive others for their lessons, their growth that maybe you had to be a part of. Forgive yourself for the growth and lessons that were required of you. Might not have been your best moments, but you grew from them. You look back at them, you know they'll never happen again. Or times you chose to not participate and remove yourself, allowing yourself to accept that was needed, no regrets. Or times you thought maybe you should have done more, could have been more, said more, done more, should have had different results. Let that energy and that subconscious release. Those energies feed our solar plexus and tell us we're not doing enough. And it creates the energy of overwork. When we overwork, it's like the universe saying that, it's almost like our signal's too busy to receive. So let's remove the energy of being too busy to receive. We have to do so much more to receive. We have to be exhausted all the time to receive. We have to have millions and millions of content to be successful, right? It's letting that go, knowing that anything can change at any moment. Anything can happen with divine order, divine alignment. Start moving into that surrender, that trust. We're really moving out of this control energy and we're moving into an energy of expansion, fluid energy, co created energy, energy where you'll be needed in different ways in different times. And you'll know exactly when and how based on what shows up each and every day. So imagine that energy of your ego and soul dancing around, bringing in that divine wisdom all the way into your body. Imagine that energy really anchoring into 2023. Let this be the year that you really step into your power in new ways, owning your worth without question, without doubt, taking the risks you know are necessary, and believing in yourself like never before. When we go to reinvent ourselves, this is a time where we really need to question our ego in different ways, challenge our ego in different ways. Our ego will dictate our behaviors in this conscious reality all the time. It is our friend, it is our guard in many ways, but it can also delay us, limit us, narrow us, and keep us in a stagnant energy as long as we choose. So tonight you have an option. You can either become friends with your ego and develop a deeper relationship, or continue to think that your ego has any power over you, thinking that the ego is in the driver's seat. It's your choice. Now, what is the ego? Ego is the energy that allows you to choose energy that might not serve you because you think you're going to look good for others. Ego is the energy that is connected to pride, but it's also connected to self-worth, and it's also connected to creativity. And so when there's too much energy into our egos, what we activate is a lot of creativity connected to a lot of self-worth. So oftentimes what happens is we have all this amazing energy to create from. However, depending on the frequency we have in our subconscious connected to our self-worth will dictate what creations would ever be shared beyond your computer or your reality, your garage, or wherever these creations are. So a lot of people will create a bunch of stuff and it'll never see the light of day because your ego will dictate that. So sometimes in life we have these belief systems that slow us down. And in 2022, what we were able to see are what areas in our life we need to evolve to work on some of these belief systems. So think about the themes that came up in 2022. What are the three major themes? So, for example, it could be body, health issues, body challenges. Um, it could be gaining weight and it could be losing too much weight, disconnection from body. It could be, scarcity, limitation. It could be disappointment. It could be loss. There's a lot of loss this year. A lot of people transitioned this year. So think about what energies, what themes showed up. Three themes that showed up. So just think about it. Three themes that showed up. So it could be loss. It could be health issues, body issues, love issues. What are the major themes that when you're looking back at 22, you feel that heaviness kind of enter in of, this did show up a lot. This was hard. Just giving yourself some love. Sometimes when we go through hard years, it could be a time where we just have to really breathe through it. Even if we're on the other side of it, it's just that remembrance of, those times we had to grow through, those times of surrender, the times of the unknown. So allow yourself to truly just be in those energies of the growth you were able to really step into. Now being on the other side. And if you're not on the other side of it, that's okay too, because it might require more time. And that might be a part of your journey next year. I'm not going to say that it's going to be over this year. It's more so you're going to have a different relationship with it. It's not going to control you the same. The outcomes are not going to be the same because you're not the same. So I want you to visualize yourself in this galaxy with your soul and your ego dancing and really connecting all of that frequency of divine order, divine balance. And in that, a mirror appears in between them. And on the left side, you have your ego. On the right side, you have your soul. And your ego really is a filter for how you represent yourself in any scenario. So, for example, depending on the energy around you, whatever dominates the lowest frequency in your subconscious is going to dictate how your ego allows you to filter yourself in a given situation based on energetics. So, for example, if you are say you're in a meeting with some people, half of them there's 6 people total, and then there's you. Half of them so half of them you feel comfortable with, and the other half you don't know. Based on your instant perceptions, your awareness, you're going to put an energy calculation just intuitively on their frequency. So you're going to feel their energy already by looking at them, observing them, witnessing them, experiencing them. And instantly, that frequency connection, you're tuning into them. That's going to trigger, ooh, this person is my equal. This person is better than me. This person is inspiring. This person's annoying, right? It's going to trigger a thought, a belief system, whether we're conscious to it or not. We can feel it. It's usually more feeling than thinking. Sometimes we think it too. But that's where it comes from, the frequencies we're receiving from them. When we meet and interact with people, we're connecting with them. So in that energy, we're going to be filtering ourselves through what we feel safe to be. And that's why there's so many different versions of us at different times. Now, imagine this energy of all the versions and all the filters that no longer serve you, that you no longer need to tolerate, that you no longer will tolerate. I want you to feel them being removed from that energy field on your left side, that ego energy. And when we make room and release, we want to add energy back in to keep it balanced. So on your right side, I want you to visualize all the energy of your soul, your intuition, your creativity, your gifts coming back to you. So as that energy moves out on your left side, releasing all those old filters, on your soul side, all that energy coming in. And again, through that white pillar of light down your head, down your face, down your throat, down your arms, all the way down your body, coming in, moving out. Feel that fluid energy. Good. And just stay here for a moment in time, just visualizing that moving out, all those filters moving out, and all that soul essence moving in, your intuition, divine order, divine guidance, creativity, ideas, aligned action. And really allow yourself in this moment to feel that energy become lighter and lighter within you. And when you think of those 3 themes that you pulled up, could be loss, scarcity, love, lack of love, health, whatever those 3 themes were of 2022, imagine them being released. no longer needed. And as you move through that release, what you want to do is replace that energy again. So, for example, if you had a lot of loss this year, the other energy you want to bring in would be abundance. If you had health issues, the energy you can bring in would be, I could say, like, would be good energy to bring in vibrant energy. Feel like a love, romance, connection, soul connection. So you choose, what energy do you want to replace this energy with? Doesn't have to be the opposite, just what energy feels good. What energy feels aligned that you're ready to bring forward and starting now as you move into 2023. No need to wait. As you get closer to 2023, it activates even more and more and more and continues to activate throughout 2023. So pick those energies that you want to experience in 2023 and really pick those energies that you don't want to experience to visualize them being released through the left side, and those energies you want to experience coming in on that right side. Good. It's like we're moving out so much energy and we're moving in new frequencies. And this is going to be lighter energy. So allowing yourself to feel lighter and lighter and lighter. And allow that to continue to move through the top of your head, down your body. So it moves in, and feel that energy of 2022 move out. And you can listen to this as many times as you're called to, as there might be other energies you want to release come throughout the coming weeks. So always feel free to come back. Even as you move into 2023, you might have stuff come back in that you are like, oh, this is from 2022. Let me go release that. So you can listen to that, even if it's like September 2023 and stuff still shows up, uses to release any themes that are connected to this year. Feel that white pillar of light illuminate your entire essence now, white light all over you. Just allowing yourself in this moment to feel that energy, that rebirth energy come in. And as you move down that Gemini constellation back into that energy, around the moon, over the moon, into that sliding walkway, you move back down. And this time, that rope bridge is no longer a rope bridge, but a nice staircase, and then an escalator. And you just kind of slowly move back into this time and space. And that white pillar of light from the 22nd dimension moves down. And you enter back into this time and space as you move down into the top of your head, down your throat, down your arms, back into your body. And again, activating that body, calling all your energy back, feeling that white light all around you. And just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You could open your eyes, stop gazing at the flame, or when you're ready, take your eyes off the flame. I've been looking at the flame for most of this experience. So, in case you're wondering what I'm looking at, and I write my own notes. So, I also work with this energy that we get to channel together. So, that is what I'm doing during the experiences. I'm visualizing everything. I'm with you in it, and slowly come back down together as we wiggle our toes and really just get back into our body. Now, if you want, you could snuff out your candle. If you want to continue working with your candle energy and you feel called to just leave it on, you can do that too. But now is a good time to journal and reflect and really connect to your 2023 item. I would pick it up, connect to that energy of it. You know, for me, it's Blue Lotus. So I definitely have it aromatherapy, but I also have a bottle of it I can hold and feel the energy and frequencies of it. So I channeled that energy into this bottle. So as I use this throughout the year in 2023, it will support me in really activating those energies. So this is a time where you want to reflect. Give yourself time to acknowledge how far you've come in 2022 and what you're ready to step forward in 2023. So if you have the moon journal, on the first page is always a reflection, is what are the top 3 energies alive this full moon? So that could be the top 3 themes that showed up, right? In 2022. Current thoughts. These are good to tap into because when the full moon's activated, especially in Gemini, our thoughts are really there for us to guide us. So what are some reoccurring thoughts that are coming up for you? What am I ready to release in my life? So again, these can be the themes, and then you could pick 5 different themes, or you could just put 3 here. Up to you. Always make it your own. Sometimes full moons you feel a lot. Sometimes like there's just one energy you want to focus on. And this, put today's date and the full moon in Gemini, last full moon of 2022. If you have your own journal, obviously you can use your own. And then on the second page, more importantly, this is where you can reflect. When I release 2022, I can start to look forward to. So here you would reflect in 2023, what are you looking forward to? What's going to be different? What are you committed to? And what do you trust to know that when, you do connect with yourself, you allow yourself to experience life in new ways? What are 5 key energies you want to embody? You could put that top 3 key energies you're calling in 2023 that you're ready to activate. And a current affirmation, so something connected to those energies. I am is the strongest statement we can use for declaration, especially when spoken out loud. So maybe this is a good time to pick an affirmation to take you into 2023. I am abundant, healthy. I am abundant, full of vibrant energy, and create soul connection each and every day in magical ways, right? Whatever affirmation you want to use. So, what is your 2023 affirmation? And also, what is your 2022 release affirmation? 2022 is not a year just for the you know sh- the it was it was just not a year that I you know I don't want to say weak hearted because that's like just doesn't feel right, but it did require all of us to find a lot of strength in so many moments, and I know that personally it did for me. It required new versions for us to show up and still will. So what is your 2022 release affirmation? So it could be I am let's see. What would my release statement be? Okay, yeah, that feels good. I am accepting my no. I am honoring, yes, that feels better. I am honoring my body in new ways each and every day. Every day. I'm honoring my body in new ways each and every day. So that's my 22 release affirmation. And then for 2023, mine would be I am abundant, full of vibrant energy, creating soul connections each and every day. And to me, soul connections is really just allowing my work to reach as many as possible. So whether that be one-on-one, whether that be group, whether that be content, social media, it's connecting with like-minded that get to find my inspiration and leverage it for themselves and share back with me, how they're growing and how they're experiencing life. So I actually also created a 12-month program starting in January, and that's exactly what this is meant for. So every month you would get basically like a class from me where we go deep into different things to help you build a strong relationship with your intuition, with your soul, with your Akashic records, with your energy, and learn different techniques and modalities to help you do that each month based on the frequencies going on, the numerology, and the energy in the collective. So basically, I'll also do a month, the last Sunday of every month, I'll do an energy download of the month, the entire month coming to help you prepare energetically as well. So you can also bring questions to that. It'll be live. If you can join live, bring your questions. And so whoever joins live, you can ask me any questions at the end. And it'll be recorded. I won't record the questions at the end. I'll just reserve that for the people that actually join live. So I'll respect their privacy and, that also encourage people to join live so they can ask questions about the tools, about the class, about, their experiences, or even just guidance, because I really want to make it a community of like-minded. So that's available at energyhouselb.com. On the homepage, you'll see a little snippet of it, and then there's a link to get the breakdown of what we're covering each month, and then all the other information you need to sign up. So check it out. It is going to be, I think, one of the most powerful things I've created to date. I'm personally super, super excited. I already have several signups and amazing people that are joining and will be a part of it. And I know we're going to all grow and expand in exciting ways. So if you are looking for like-minded, if you're ready to cultivate and grow your spiritual practice, whether you're brand new or super seasoned, to me, it's a practice that never ends, and everyone has a different, unique approach. So I really truly believe it's less about learning modalities and it's more about trying on the modalities and seeing what resonates for you and how you relate to that modality. And that's how I've always been taught and introduced to energy and spirituality for the most part. So that's the way I teach it. Okay, so if you are looking to go deeper, I'm also, anyone that purchases that package, I'm going to be including a New Year's activation in that. So you could do that on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, whatever feels good, or the month of January. And that's really allowing us to move into the new year. So moving out of 2022 into 2023. So if you're looking for a tool for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, this could be a good package to get one and also support throughout the year. All right. So hopefully you had time to journal and reflect and give yourself this time to be in this shared space and allow yourself to just really feel that energy move in. Guided meditations, guided experiences are really activating the energy around us. So sometimes you can feel the energy move in and out, tingles, yawns, stretching, cramps. Those are all energy moving. Sometimes it's just very peaceful and nourishing, and you might fall asleep, and that's because you're exhausted and your body's recalibrating. And then other times you might just feel like very surface, high level, and that's probably because you have a lot going on and your energy field's still all over the place. So you might need to listen to this experience a few more times to really let it sink in, or hear things differently, or maybe you're just not in the right mindset to receive this energy, and maybe you need to do something else first, and then you can re-listen and see if it resonates the second time. So again, I say that because we don't always I know for me, I go to different healers and I get excited because I love their energy, and then I see them in person and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if I got much from that experience." But then always in retrospect, it's you get what you need. And sometimes you gotta re-listen to it and you're like, "Oh, wow, I actually there's a lot more that came through that time." So, sometimes we're not open, sometimes we're open. You just gotta check in and don't be afraid of trying again and exploring again, because maybe there's more there for you too. And maybe you needed a little more surface energy to move out so you can go deeper. And, it just kind of brings to light of how everyone's different, and we got to start really building that relationships with ourselves of what resonates and what we need to do in order to reach those places and go a little bit deeper with our spiritual connection and our spirituality. So at least that's, been my experience, is that, sometimes I need to spend time with stuff before I just write it off or think that it wasn't an experience. I spend more time with it and realize, oh wow, that did open up for me, and I did learn this new technique, or this is something that, I can use in the future, or maybe it's even just being in the energy of it, and I got inspiration or had a good conversation, right? Who knows? There's always a reason. I think in general, there's a reason for everything. Alrighty. So with that, have a great night. This is a good night to make moon water. I would say if you make moon water, just make sure you drink it before 2023. Don't bring the energy of 2022 into 2023. You just let it go, let it be. Now, a lot of times people ask, well, what do I do with the sacred item? To me, if what we did was move that energy out of the lessons and move that new energy in, and so you can let 2022, the energy be of the frequencies you wanna keep, and let that be, represented in that item. So if you need that energy of abundance or vibrant energy, right? Whatever that was that you channeled into 20, like you removed and then put in, imagine that also went into that item. So, you can use it for energy. You can bury it if you want and give it back to the earth. For me, I use aromatherapy. So if things show up for me and that's connected to 2022, I'm going to use the aromatherapy, grapefruit for 2022 to continue to release. So, up to you. If that energy shows up, you can do a meditation, releasing that energy of 2022, releasing that event, because that means there's, it's layered and maybe there's more there. So decide what feels right for you. All right, continue to journal, take a bath, salt bath, salt shower, all super, super powerful. Um, Moon water would be great. Just finish it before 2022 is up. And, you can also use it to water plants and nourish your plants as well, use the moon water. And yeah, I mean, continue to reflect. We're in the full moon in Gemini. And with that, there's a lot of mental processing. So, if you're not one to journal, that's fine. You can talk it out. You can walk it out, whatever you need, think it out, whatever serves you, draw it out, paint it out, cook it out, bake it out, whatever that might be. Um, choose what feels right. All right. So again, you can listen to this anytime you need to release any energy that was a big theme in 2022. You can use this as many times as you're called. This is timeless. And with that, have a powerful rest of this year, and I will see you next year.